Hello. So we're continuing this discussion about choosing your battles. At this point in my relationship, I'm discovering more about the person that I married. And I'm discovering that she doesn't want confrontation. She doesn't like it. I think her father was very aggressive. She avoided that at all costs. She locked herself in the bathroom. Her mother recognized that. I didn't recognize that. I thought maybe she's suicidal. I called her parents at one evening thinking, I got to find out what's going on. I don't want to be responsible for this. But her mother resorted back to it. She's still doing that. And of course, I'm in pursuit as usual. It's like, I'm getting to the bottom of this. What's going on? Let's talk about it. You know, so choosing your battles, then once you learn about your person, the person you love, you try to you consider, is this worth it? Am I handling this correctly? Is she responsive to the way I'm handling this right now? Because I don't want to fight. Okay. And I go back to this movie in my mind that's, they're having a heated argument and they're talking about this. And at the end, the man says to the woman, I hate it when we fight. And the woman says, this wasn't a fight. We were discussing this. And we're coming up with the answer. That's what people do. That's what couples do. So, and I remember in her situation, she kept saying, stop yelling at me. Don't yell at me. And I wasn't yelling. After many years, I got so tired of that statement that I said, do you want to hear yelling? You want to hear a yell? I'm not yelling. But my intensity was growing. And I realized that because I was getting frustrated with not getting what I needed out of this relationship. So, okay, I'm looking at my notes, and so years go by, and we kind of know each other a little better. We have two beautiful girls. Okay, we've gone to counseling before we got married. We started to learn how to talk to each other. Now we're in East Texas. Okay, and it's just not working out. I feel, she's not in love with me. I'm sure she's not in love with me. Okay. She wants something else out of this relationship, but it's not me. Okay. So, after 20 years, my thoughts are, oh, man, time, you can't get time back. Okay. My thoughts were, you make the wrong decision. You spend 20 years with someone that now you realize wasn't meant for you. And 20 years are gone. You can't get that back. Okay. And my thoughts were, there's an opportunity cost for everything, So maybe there's still time maybe we don't belong together, Maybe my person, the person that I'm meant to be, is still out there somewhere, still looking, but I'm married, so I'm locked in, and of course the direct person that I am, I told her, this was back in 2012, I want a divorce. I don't think we're meant to be with each other. I think it was a mistake, and it broke her like crazy. First of all, this was on the phone on the way home, driving home. I drove 8 hours to work, 8 hours back at the end of the week. I was gone during the week. I was home 3 days a week. I heard her. In my mind, she fell down to the floor. She was I don't know how I know this. She said she was in the restroom. She fell down to the floor. She started crying. She couldn't even get a word out. That's how much it broke her. Because I said, I think we need a divorce. I want to get a divorce. I'm going to a lawyer. And it broke her. And of course, I couldn't stand to hear the pain. My heart couldn't take that. Okay. So, and her answer after later, I decided, okay, we're not getting a divorce. I can't do this. I can't hurt her, And her answer was, let's go to counseling, Ronnie. We need more counseling. Let's go to counseling. So I had already gone to an attorney the weekend before. I had already made a payment the weekend before, paid my binder. Actually, weeks went by and she got an attorney. She got a binder. Then her answer was, let's go to counseling. Okay. So my decision was, I'm switching paths. Okay, I'm changing my mind. Okay, I'm committing again to this marriage. Maybe it's going to work. So I go to my attorney, said, I want my money back. I get a refund, everything except for a fee that for our discussion, I guess. I get a refund. I ask her, okay, let's put our money back in the bank. Let's put it back in the savings. Okay. She never got a refund. Years went by. 2 years went by. I kept asking, can you get your money back? That's $2,000 at least from your attorney? No, no answer. No answer. Her answer one day was, Ronnie, that really hurt. That really hurt. You know, and I was sincere and genuine saying, yeah, but we made a commitment. I changed my path. My mission, my vision now is getting this to work, right? I got my money back. We said we were going to work it out. We started going to counseling. Okay. Many, many requests of get your money back. Let's put it back in the savings account. Put the money back. So this went back to another element of marriage, and that's trust, right? I think I broke that trust, and she never regained it. Okay. From then on, she never regained. She didn't get over this. In my mind, it's okay, committed. We're going to make this, we're going to try again. In her mind was, game is not over. The game is not over. You hurt me. Okay. I'm saying this retrospectively now. Okay. We're talking 2012 to no. 2015, 2019. Okay. Game's not over. That was her mind, though. She would never say that. Okay. So the trust wasn't there. It broke our trust. Though I thought we're trusting each other more because we're trying to work things out. I took on a path of resolution. She took on a path of, this is my game plan and my strategy. You don't know it. You don't see it. But this is my game plan. Let's go to counseling. But she kept her attorney in her pocket. Okay. So then after this was, Ronnie, you're depressed. You're depressed. That's what it is. There's something wrong with you. You're going through a mental breakdown. There's something wrong, to use the term organically, in your head. There's something wrong. She said, you need to go see a doctor. We're going to make an appointment. We had the same doctor, a female doctor, and I loved her to death. However, she would see Lorraine, then she would see me, so she knew Lorraine's story. Okay. I took memory tests. I took examinations of mental capacity, aggression. I even took an MRI of the head. Okay. I was just complying with whatever she said. Okay. Now in retrospect, and all of that was clear. There's nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong with any of that. Really, I wasn't happy. That's the thing. I couldn't find joy in my relationship. So of course, look at me now. And I'm saying I'm intense. That's what I'm saying. Because that feeling comes back I love this woman. I gave up on her. I regained that trust. We decided to work it out. Her game plan was, keep him. I'm not done with him yet. Game is not over. Okay. So in retrospect, my decision was make it work, trust her more. Her decision was, game not over. You hurt me. Okay. But I'm not ready for this. You got me off guard. It's not happening again. So in retrospect, it was like, let's find something wrong with him. I believe she still had a ongoing sessions with an attorney. We never put her side of the money back in the savings, so all of mine was in there. Let's document something wrong with him, whether it's medical, psychological, behavioral. Let's start building supporting documents. Okay. 2018, 2019, back 2017. Okay. In her eyes, this was a long-term battle. Okay. She was going to win. She was going to win. The strategy was a long-term game of life. Okay. So she was she was watching her steps. She was keeping records of all of my mistakes. Okay, when I would try to discuss something sincere, I didn't realize it. In 2020, I discovered, there was a Dropbox folder with discovery folders Ronnie's psychological instability, Ronnie's financial instability. There were actual recordings of our conversation on the phone, recordings one-on-one at home with their iPhones. I say there because my daughters were helping at that time. And in 2020, I listened to audio recordings of me back in 2015 where I wanted to quit working for the university. My mom had just passed away from Alzheimer's. I changed my role. I wasn't caring for my mom anymore. I was eating dinner alone in an apartment. Didn't want that anymore. I said, I'm moving. I'm going back home. I'm quitting. I'm telling the dean I'm quitting tomorrow. And I did realize I heard myself in 2020. I heard the conversation we had in 2015 and 2020. So she was keeping these files, getting ready for the big win. My mistake was, you hear your subconscious is, the song You've Lost That Loving Feeling by the Righteous Brothers, and in my mind, what is it? What is that loving feeling? What is it? And your body recognizes it, what causes that loss in that feeling? What are the signs that you're losing that feeling before they're totally lost? What are the attempts to restore that feeling? Are both of you on board? Or is one of you playing the game? Is one of you saying, okay, resolution, let's talk, let's fix it. And the other one saying, I'm winning this battle. It's not worth keeping it anymore. What makes you feel that I was looking for that feeling again, that joyous feeling? I know I have my instabilities and my insecurities. And I thought, really, after 20 years, I made a mistake. I'm not with the right person. There's an opportunity because that right person is still out there. I want to be honest with this person. We're both spending time, in the wrong place. I felt like that at one time. I came forward. I said, we need to go our separate ways. That wasn't what she agreed with, though she had a game plan to eventually have a separation, but also win the battle, win all the properties, assets, things like this. And actually, friends, I didn't lose this battle. I didn't lose it. I chose not to fight. Okay. I chose to play it out one way or the other. I wasn't going to fight. I wasn't going to take all her antiques that she loved. All these antique pieces of furniture we have in a historical home. We have 3 of them. I wasn't going to fight over this. It wasn't worth it. Okay. Life is not like that for me. Okay. It wasn't about the money. She handled all the direct deposits, all the bills. We need to talk about that too, because I wasn't ready for this. But even with no loving feeling in a relationship, I thought, we're going to grow old together. We're going to have grandkids. There's other types of meaning in this relationship. It may not be, I'm in love with you anymore. Okay. You're not going to run your fingers through my hair like the big commercials, of elderly people who are in love with each other. That's not going to happen in my life. I guess at that time I thought it's not meant to be. There's another purpose to my life. It's purpose driven. I can't find it yet. You need to be happy with what you have. That was my thought at that time. We're gonna stay together until we grow old. We're gonna have grandkids. One of us is gonna end up in a nursing home soon, but it didn't happen that way. As you know, in 2020, I was served for the divorce in my office. Okay. And supporting documents, filling up the Dropbox files like crazy, over 20 folders of things. Anyway, you need to know your mate. You need to know your relationship. You need to know the person you're going to get married to. Of course, I keep saying that over and over again. You need to understand the communication methods, and you need to understand the root of their behavior. Why am I triggering this response when I do this? Why is she responding this way when I say this? Okay. Why are you not finding what you're looking for? That's just my perspective. It may not be right, it may not be wrong, but I'm just sharing the story with you for whatever purpose is. Okay, well, That's the end of the session. And I hope this is meaningful to somebody. And you have yourself a good week. Thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned in because there's so much more to come. I had many chapters to go over with you. Thank you. I do appreciate your time. Bye bye.